That's my bad boy.
Alright, what we're doing here is fishing some underwater pilings. It's been here for a long time. And over the years, the hurricanes have knocked them over, knocked the tops off, but now they're marked with PVC pipe. So, holding fish though. Look at this trout. Holy man. Oh, just missed one in the pollen. Just as big as this, if not bigger. He broke me. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, buddy. Got him. Got that shrimp cocktail choked. We're getting some reports of some shrimp, some birds diving on shrimp in this region. So I'm going with that shrimp cocktail. And this is what we're looking for right here. Be a trout. Be a trout. I don't think this is a trout. If it is, he's big. I doubt this is a trout. No, it is a trout. Oh, I got him. Got him foul hooked a little. That's why he felt so big. That's what I'm talking about. Like how I got him hooked on the outside of the mouth. On the outside of the mouth. When you don't have them dead in the middle of the mouth, they can fight pretty hard. That one had me fooled like a drum, or maybe like a 4 or 5 pounder, but nevertheless, good fish. All right, today we had really clean water. As we get into the winter time, the winter months like November, December, that's pretty typical of Lake Pontchartrain, and we highly recommend going to the Matrix Flouro whenever that's the case. 15-pound test, Matrix Flouro. This is what we went to, attached to the Vortex shad and the shrimp cocktail. And when you're fishing at 2 to 4 foot of visibility in the lake, and it's nothing but those 2 to 5 pound trout, I highly recommend going to the Flouro. So we're going to be putting this in this month's Matrix bait box for you. That way if you go out there targeting big specks, you got the right line to do it. We started off on the trestle earlier. Caught a few, nothing special, but anytime I catch a handful on the south end of the trestle, I'll try some spots I like. Down Haynes Boulevard. Got some friends that's been catching them. over there towards Seabrook, so I just figured this area had to have a handful of fish. And it does. But it is a war zone fishing these beat up pollens here. As we're getting, you know, when you hit one, you got to get him out of there so he don't break you off into pollens. And when you're casting up in there, you're going to just get snagged. You better bring a lot of jig heads. All of the pollens on the eastern side of Pontchartrain, some of the old beat up camps down there by Haynes, some of these abandoned camps. I mean, old abandoned camps, guys. It's just like fishing bridge pollens. They hold fish. The older, the better. Such a hard place to fish, I tell you. And then when you do snag, you spook the fish. Using a shrimp cocktail, you're gonna rig it the same way as a matrix. The hook's gonna come out right before its little dorsal fin that's on the vortex. All of the vortex have a colored tail. Shrimp cocktail is one of our best ones. Does a good job of imitating a shrimp. That's what we're trying to do right now. Make it look like a little shrimp jumping off these wooden pollens. There we go. We're going to battle with them here with the shrimp cocktail vortex. We're going through some jig heads, we're going through some lures, but we're putting some big dogs in the boat too. Whenever you're fishing submerged pollens like this, and we have them all across Lake Pontchartrain, the eastern side of Lake Pontchartrain has them. We're down here towards Haynes Boulevard right now. There's just a lot of abandoned pollen, especially from the just continuous hurricanes we get every single year. It creates these abandoned pollens, and the older they are, the more barnacles they grow on there. And barnacles is the key to everything. That's why the bridge pollens are so good, is because they hold barnacles. Old wooden pollens like this hold barnacles, and that's what just brings the life and starts the whole ecosystem there. But when you're fishing them, you want to bring a lot of jig heads and a lot of lures, because you're going to go through them. You're going to break a lot of fish off. You're going to just break off by snagging. But this is one of the areas we catch some of our biggest trout in the Pontchartrain Basin, is on these old abandoned pollens. Fish, good fish. sucker hit it just like a trout. I'm sitting there horsing him out the poles, thinking it's like a 4 or 5 pounder. Oh, blue cat. We'll take him now. It's good eating. Trout. That's why he's fighting so incredibly hard. He must have been hovering over it to check it out. Catches one right in the gut. Good fish too. It's one of the better ones of the day. Right there. As that sun's coming out some, I'm getting up higher so I can see down into the water a little bit. It's helping me see some of the tops of these stumps, these pylons. That way I can cast to the left and the right of them, trying to avoid snags but still get close to them. Putting a nice box of fish together now. Nice box. These are some of the nicest trout we've caught all fall, all winter. They're eating up that shrimp cocktail, Vortex shad. Alright, we're going to leave these pylons alone. We're going to go up to those next ones up here. See if they got, usually that other set's better, but sometimes they got some big ones on here too. We only went through about 12 jig heads on there. About 15 Vortex shad. But we got a box full of beauties. Oh boy. Woo. Just came off. We just worked all the way around all of these pylons that are exactly like the other ones. Had one bite, that was him, on the cocktail still, but it's the biggest fish of the day. I mean, what a toad right there. Woo, woo. And that's pretty typical, like everywhere I fish, your biggest fish is gonna try to have some solitude. You know, like when I'm catching my biggest fish, I'm usually catching very few of them in certain spots. Just weird how that is. Big dog. I hope you enjoyed this episode of DockSide TV, catching big Lake Pontchartrain specks. This is our favorite thing to do. This is our favorite time of the year, and this is what we live for out here. If you want to get some more of this action and see more of this, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to our Matrix bait box. Get your hands on that Vortex shad, that shrimp cocktail that yielded all of these big, beautiful trout today. And subscribe to the Matrix bait box. And get out here, get on the action. It's going to be a nice winter. Hopefully it doesn't get too terribly cold too quick. Let's stay away from the rainfall, too much rainfall, spillway openings. Let's keep catching these big beauties like this right here.